Welcome back, guys, to this amazing episode of Christianity over Islam with Shamoun as he debates a demonized Muslim man who laughs at how Muhammad treated Aisha from the Quran. Let's find out the truth from this video.
You clearly believe Muhammad is al-insan al-kamil, a better example than Jesus, and he's the perfect man. He's the perfect man, and he's an example for you to emulate. And he is a better example than Jesus, the Jesus you read about in the Gospels, even a better example than Paul. You seriously believe this in light of what your own ahadith said your prophet did? See, for us, Jesus is the standard as you read the Gospels. We look at Jesus and his life, and we even see the life of his followers like Paul, whom you guys don't accept. Then you come and tell us Muhammad is al-insan al-kamil, the perfect man. And then we look at his life and see how disgusting it is. You actually left this beautiful Jesus for this man? Because you know, as a Sunni Muslim, you know you can't lie to me. You know that you believe that your prophet married a 9-year-old. You know that, right?
Yes.
Say it again.
He married a 9-year-old.
Be honest before God who looks at your heart. You really are okay, honestly, from your heart. Because if we go by the timing, he would have been 54 years old when he slept with Aisha, who was playing with dolls. And Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, whom you quote, in his commentary on why Aisha was still playing with dolls, even at the time of Khaybar, she was around 14. Because dolls, images are forbidden except for children. He says that Aisha was allowed to play with dolls even up until 14 because that's when she reached puberty. She reached puberty at 14. That means he married her when she didn't reach puberty at 9. Then when he died, she was 18, and he left her a widow because you can't marry his wives. Tell me before God who sees your heart, whom you're going to give an answer to, you are okay that a 54-year-old man took a 9-year-old playing with dolls and on a swing, 9, to his bed, had sex with her, and according to Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani and the scholars, she didn't even become pubescent till she was 14, and then he left her a widow at 18, and you are okay with this for the love of the Lord Jesus, the Son of God? Be honest with me, man. Don't lie. Don't put on a show. You're okay with this?
In a narration of Sahih Bukhari, she reached puberty when her parents...
You ignored everything I said. No, Bukhari uses Aisha as an example of 65 verse 4, that she wasn't pubescent, and Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani says she was playing with dolls until the age of 14 because that's when she reached puberty. Did you hear what I said? I have your sources, buddy.
His view was questionable.
Who cares his view? Bukhari uses Aisha, marriage at 9, and as an example of chapter 65 verse 4, at-talaq, where you can marry girls who haven't had puberty, monthly cycles, and divorce them. The idda of girls who have not menstruated yet. When you marry a girl who hasn't had her period and you divorce her after having sex, how long does she wait? 65 verse 4. Bukhari gives Aisha as an example of that girl. Let me get it for you. You didn't answer the question. Even if she reached puberty at 9, you're still thinking a 9-year-old who had her period is still mature for a 54-year-old man to have sex with her? Are you kidding me, right? But let me get you the hadith because, again, you didn't listen.
She was definitely mature. She was definitely pubescent.
She was mature at 9 playing with dolls. At 9 playing with dolls, she was mature.
I mean, yes.
Wow, you are sick. You are really a son of the devil. Now you proved you're a son of the devil. You're sick. That's okay. May God save you because God can save you from your sins. You guys heard this, right? And this guy's from the Netherlands. This guy's from the Netherlands. This is what Islam does to the brain of people. He goes, yes. So you had a 9-year-old daughter. You'd be okay with a 54-year-old man sleeping with her?
I mean, that was the age of consent back then.
No, it wasn't. That's a lie. You're lying to me. Because your own traditions say that when Abu Bakr and Umar wanted to marry Fatima, Muhammad says to them, she's too young, even though she would have been 11 and 12. And then when Umar ibn al-Khattab wanted to marry Kulthum, the daughter of Ali, she was around 11, and Ali says she's too young for you. Are you lying to me again? I don't know. Maybe you don't know your religion, so I'll give you benefit of doubt. Point being, are you okay if you had a 9-year-old daughter for a 54-year-old man to have sex with her?
I mean, nowadays, no.
But isn't Muhammad an example for all people at all times? So you're saying Muhammad was stuck in the 7th century?
Age of consent changed over time.
But doesn't Allah know that age of consent will change? And doesn't Allah know it's more merciful that those girls don't get married at that age? I thought he knows everything. So why didn't he change it like he changed adoption?
A woman must be mature, and she must...
No, that's... Your brother, stop lying to me. Your scholars, even Nawawi and others say, no, the only thing she needs to be mature is she can handle penetration. If a girl can handle penetration, that's when you can have sex with her. But until then, you can play with her and rub her with her. This is your deen. Are you okay with a man taking your 9-year-old, he's 54 years old, and having sex with her, if you had a 9-year-old daughter?
If she's
He believes that Muhammad is a better example than Jesus. Muhammad is a perfect man. Even after seeing all what Muhammad did from the Quran and all that, marrying a 9-year-old girl when he was 54 years, and it is shocking how they go about defending and then defending this kind of belief, saying the age of consent at that time, 9 years is not the age of consent at that time, and then they go about saying that the time has changed and all that. And the shocking thing is that the prophet died when she was at the age of 18 years, leaving her widowed all her life because no other person can marry the wife of the prophet. Let's get back to this video to get more truth.
true,
Oh, so you are okay with that? Wow. Damn, bro. Okay, you guys heard it. The guy's sick. You see what Islam does to people? Here you go. Bukhari. What example does he give of a girl who hasn't had her menstruation periods, who has been married, has sex, and has been divorced? Look at the example he gives. A man giving his young children marriage. By the words of Allah, look what Bukhari quotes. By the words of Allah, that also applies to those who have not yet menstruated. Surah Al-Talaq, Ayah 4. And he made the iddah, the waiting period of a woman who's had sex, of a girl before puberty 3 months. Do you see what the ayah is talking about? A girl who hasn't reached puberty, her iddah, waiting period after she's been married, had sex, is 3 months. Now, who's the example of such a woman? It is related from Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and consummated it when she was 9, and she was the wife for 9 years. Bukhari gave you Aisha as an example of the ayah of the Quran of girls who haven't had their periods. So in Bukhari, in Kitab al-Tafsir, he says that ayah 4 of Surah Al-Talaq means young girls who are too young, who haven't had periods. You can have sex with them, divorce them, they remarry. Then in Kitab al-Nikah, the ayah is mentioned again, 65:4. Again, young girls who haven't had their periods, who can be married, have sex and be divorced. And in there, Kitab al-Nikah, he gives Aisha as an example of a young girl who hadn't had her period because she hadn't reached puberty.
some women were not mentioned in the Quran. The old women, young women, and pregnant women, according to Ibn Kathir.
No, Ibn Kathir, I have him here. Ibn Kathir, what do you say about Surah Al-Talaq, Ayah 4? Allah, the Exalted, clarifies the waiting period of the woman in menopause, those who have gotten too old. And that is the one whose menstruation has stopped due to her older age. Her iddah is 3 months instead of the 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based upon the ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. Now watch. The same for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation. This applies also to the young who haven't even had their periods because they're young. Their iddah is 3 months, like those in menopause. Why are you appealing to Ibn Kathir when he's saying your deen allows you to this day to have sex with young girls, premature minors who haven't had their periods?
And also talk about primary amenorrhea.
Do you want me to read what he just said, that these are girls who haven't had their periods? One more time. Are you being demonized here that you don't have a problem with this? Allah, the Exalted, clarifies the waiting period of the woman in the menopause. And that is the one whose menstruation has stopped due to her old age. Her iddah is 3 months instead of the 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based upon the ayah, Surah Al-Baqarah. The same for the, listen, this is Ibn Kathir. The same for the young who have not, I'm going to say it loud so my neighbors can hear, who have not yet reached the years of menstruation. Their iddah is 3 months, like those in menopause. This is the two Jalals, Jalalain. And as for those of your women who read, or you can read, there are 2 variants, Qiraat, no longer expect to menstruate if you have any doubts about their waiting period. Their prescribed waiting period shall be 3 months. Now watch, listen. And also for those who have not yet menstruated. Why? Because of their young age. Young age. That's why they haven't had their periods. Tafsir al-Qurtubi. And those who have not yet menstruated, meaning the young girl. The word as-saghira denotes a girl who did not reach the age of puberty yet. Are you satisfied Or do you want me to give you 10 more? That the ayah says, you Muslim can marry a young girl who hasn't had her period because she is premature minor. You can still marry and have sex with her and divorce her if you're not pleased with her. Okay, so I'm asking you, is this verse abrogated or it's still binding? It's not abrogated.
I mean, the ruling still stands.
Say it again,
The
louder.
ruling still stands.
And you're laughing? And you're laughing about it?
Maybe.
See, he's laughing.
Alright, welcome back, guys. I believe you were able to learn something new and amazing from this amazing video. It is amazing how they can confidently defend this level of evil, and then he believes that Muhammad is better, a role model than Jesus, and then the prophet is a perfect man. This man is not a perfect man. If you're saying he's perfect, you are making him equal with God. That it's only God that is perfect, right? And then you're saying that he is a perfect man, which means you're making him equal with God. And then the prophet getting married to a 9-year-old girl. At first, he married her at the age of 6. Then he consummates the marriage at the age of 9, which means he had sex with this girl at the age of 9, which is a terrible, terrible thing. And he said that she was mature at that age because it was the age of consent at that time, which is a very big lie. And Shamoun refuted him that it was a lie. God knows that times will change, so God can definitely not make the age of consent to be 9 at that time. And then he died when she was at the age of 18, and he left her widowed all her life. I think she became widowed at the age of 18, and throughout her life she didn't get married because they will not allow her to get married to any other man because she was the wife of the prophet. Guys, I believe you were able to learn something, and I believe this is evil and it is not allowed anywhere around the world except in the Islam community. Let's know what you've learned in the comment section, and also don't forget to share, to like, and also subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.